Hello, I'm Travis Dane Hilka with Shane Smith Law, and we're here today for Know Your Rights. Today we're going to talk about the Department of Social Services. What do you do if DSS has been called on you regarding any minor children in your care? And that's the topic for today. What usually happens is you end up getting notified by DSS. They show up at your house, typically with an officer, usually unannounced, to do an investigation. You may get noticed in a smaller allegation just by written documentation and being served with a complaint. Either way, DSS is going to end up showing up into your life, and what do? Well, as soon as you catch any kind of notice that DSS is involved with you or any minor children in your care, you need to call a lawyer immediately. Don't wait until they file a lawsuit. Don't wait until you find yourself in court. Get a lawyer. A lawyer can step into that initial investigation stage of DSS and really help you out a lot. They're going to end up looking at your entire family situation. If one of the caregivers has been alleged to have committed any kind of child endangerment or child abuse of any nature, parent or guardian is most likely going to have to find another place to live while they investigate these charges. Otherwise, if there's nowhere to go, they'll take the kids, remove the kids, and place them either in foster care or with another family member. I've seen way too many times that the kids get placed into foster care and the family member doesn't get the child at all, and that is a problem for the kid. They don't know where they're going, they don't know anything about their situation. It creates a lot of unease and creates a lot of issues for that child. You are going to want to get a lawyer near immediately. As the case moves forward, they're going to come and investigate your house, so you need to have your house in order. They're going to drug test you. If there's any kind of aggression in the allegations, you're going to have to take a anger management class, parenting classes, and a lot of different classes they want you to take. And what I refer to them as is like flaming hoops of fire. If you jump through the hoop and touch some fire, you usually have to go back to the beginning and start over from scratch. And so they get you in the system and they're constantly harassing you. They'll significantly change the backboard, if you will. They'll move the backboard. You'll think that you need to solve one problem, and then you'll come up to a hearing 2 or 3 weeks later and they'll tell the court it was a different problem. That's why you need a lawyer at the very beginning. So if you hire a lawyer quickly, sometimes a lawyer can interrupt the investigation to a point to where they don't further investigate, they don't file a lawsuit against you as an individual. And it is a serious issue if there are any sexual allegations, because they're going to want to put you on the sexual registry. If you plead guilty to anything like that, you're going to go on the sexual registry. Now, granted, DSS isn't in charge of the criminal aspect of this, but they go hand in hand. In South Carolina, the solicitor's office will work hand in hand with DSS if there's any kind of sexual misconduct against a child, and so they kind of go hand in hand. And that's why you need a lawyer. The last thing you want to do is find yourself testifying in family court for a DSS case and have a solicitor sitting in the courtroom just listening to what you have to say, waiting to charge you with a crime. And so you don't want to go navigate that by yourself. If you do, there's a good chance you might lose your children for a significant period of time, if not lose your parental rights altogether. So another aspect of dealing with DSS is that they're going to appoint a guardian ad litem. That is an individual, usually in the DSS context, it isn't an attorney, it's an individual social worker who's going to investigate what's in the best interest of the children, the minor children. And so they'll meet with the kids, they'll meet with the parents, they'll meet with the foster parents, and then they'll render a report to the judge. That report's actually going to be presented by the attorney for the guardian ad litem, but you're going to have to discuss and communicate with the guardian ad litem. The last thing you want to do is pick a fight with the individual who has a lot of say-so on what happens to you and your children. So you always want to be respectful to that individual as well. And the guardian ad litem can very easily decide that the children should go into foster care. And your best bet to keep that from happening is to have your house in order, make sure there's food in the refrigerator when they come to visit, make sure everything is clean and put up, organized as well as you can. A lot of times it's an optics issue where they come and look at your house and they just look at it and say, well, this person must be up to no good, because it's not the standard that investigator is used to. Unfortunately, that's the biasness of humans. And so what you're going to find sometimes is that the DSS social worker may have more interest in an ideology than actually rectifying and reconciling the family and parental relationship with the child. And you don't want to find yourself in that world. If you do, it can take years to get out of it. Years to get out of it. So once again, anytime that you have DSS popping up in your life unannounced or even announced, make sure you call a lawyer immediately so that person can help control and rein in those stallions that are trying to trample you and your family's rights. If you ever have any questions or you need help with this context or this subject matter, please give us a call at Shane Smith Law. Our number is 980-999-9999. And if I'm unable to help you, I'm sure I can guide you to another lawyer who can, and I'd be happy to talk to you about your situation anytime you need it. Once again, remember, if you're in pain, call Shane.
In pain, so I call Shane. 980-999-9999. In pain, call Shane.